Welcome to the session Nuance video. I've got this slowed down to half speed. So this is our same reps that we saw for the last video, but half speed. And our first focus is on over the shoulder catching. So you throw to your off stick side and then start to step away from the wall as you receive that pass, as if you were running upfield, catching a pass over your shoulder from your goalie, as an example. Okay, so catching over the shoulder is our first focus, just a normal throw. The second one's a little bit complicated, okay? So we're gonna go backhanders, okay, on our strong hand only, but we're alternating between two-handed backhanders, as you can see there, and a one-hand, top hand only backhander. All right, so we wanna make sure that we're using our lower body and our core to have a good foundation and a good rotation to make that easier. All right, now we're gonna go to an ABC rotating set here. We did this last session, top hand only, bottom hand only, and then two-handed, but now we're going 3/4 technique. So that's not straight overhand, it's not sidearm, it's halfway in between. So top hand only, and then we go into bottom hand only, finish with two-handed. All right, you should be able to get a good rhythm there. And now we want to make sure we can distinguish the difference between 3/4 and overhand. So we're going to alternate between those two, making sure that there's a clear difference between that 3/4 release, which is kind of our easy normal, and then our overhand release, which we want to make easier and more normal for ourselves. And now we rotate A, B, and C between sidearm, 3/4, and overhand. Okay, so all three of those releases should be different and unique from one another. From the naked eye, just watching this real speed, it might not look too different. Hopefully slowed down here, you see three very different ranges of motion between those three. And now we're gonna go top hand only on our strong hand, pump fake a 3/4 throw, and then throw an overhand, all with this top hand only. All right, so really important that when we're using our top hand, that is in control of these little mini cradles that can really be deceptive. So that's why we're doing that. So now we're gonna go ABC on the weak side, okay, focusing on that 3/4 release on our weak hand now. So halfway in between sidearm and overhand is that 3/4. All right, and you go from top hand to bottom hand to two-handed. Top hand there, bottom hand here, and then right into that two-handed. We're trying to minimize any extra cradles. This one's a little bit harder to read, but it's not too complicated here. So we're going top hand only overhand, top hand only overhand, and then two-handed 3/4. So on our strong side, overhand, top hand only, then we switch over to our weak side, overhand, top hand only, catch right into a 3/4 two-handed. Again, we want to make sure we see a difference between overhand mechanics and 3/4, because it's really easy to confuse those two and let them blend together into one normal throwing technique that you always use. You want to be able to differentiate between these little subtleties of overhand and 3/4, even on the weak side. All right, and then lastly, we're going to be focusing on that three-pronged approach with our ABC, sidearm, and then 3/4, and then overhand, but now we're on our weak side. Okay, super important that we have diversity on that weak side. We may not be using our sidearm, often in a game for a weak hand, that's fine, but we do want to practice it and get good at it. All right, good luck with this routine, everybody. Let me know if you have questions.